Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Matt, this is Max Mods and it's X-Wing Wednesdays everybody. So we have got issue 58 of Build Your Own X-Wing, and yeah, we're just going to continue working on the wings. But we are getting there with this X-Wing. I know it has been pretty boring up to press. I did though get an email from D'Agostini that apparently due to the borders and being in the UK and everything, that the shipments are delayed for the X-Wing. Now I've got 3 X-Wings to build, so I've got 58, 59 and 60, so there will be a few weeks of X-Wings, but then it might have to go on hold for a while till I get the issues, which is unfortunate really, but they did say they're going to send a free gift as an apology, so can't be helped unfortunately. So yeah, what can we do? So with all that said, let's get modelling. Right, so let's get started on the X-Wing. So the first bit we're going to need to bring this bit across. We're just going to flip it over because we're basically working on the upper porter engine mount, and like before we've got some metal pieces to put in here. So let's get started. So the first one wants to go into there, followed by this one here, which needs to be round this way. Now I've just noticed that I don't know whether it's happened in transit or what, but that's actually bent and it shouldn't be. So see if I can bend it back. Don't want to go too much because I don't want to damage the part. Right, see if it'll go in. Ah, it's gone in now. Yeah, I've never had that in a part work where a part's become defective. So we've got that in, but what we need to do now is start screwing it down with some screws. The first 2 screws it wants us to put in, and then 2 there, and that needs to be done with XW02 screws. So we'll get some of them lined up onto the screwdriver. Now it has sent us quite a lot of screws in this issue. We've got 02, 03, 04 and 05 screws, so looks like we've got a lot to put in. Okay, so that's that one in. Just turning the page of the magazine. Right, so the next screws it wants in are this bit here and this one here, and that wants to be done with XW02 screws as well. So, I've just dropped a screw on the floor. Ah, got it. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, so let's get these in. Now I do know that will be using different screws for the metal parts, so you really need to take this stage bit by bit and put in the screws it tells you to put in, because you don't want to be messing up your screws in this issue. Okay, so the last one going in, which you could say it's a little bit boring doing this, but it is what it is. We'll soon be done with these. Okay, so the next screws it wants to put in are these 2 in here, and they want to be done with 2 XW04 screws. So we'll get them in. That's one in. And that's 2 in. Right, so now we've done that, we need to work on these 3 here, and they want to be done with XW04s, so let's get 3 of them. So That's the first one. Second. And that's the third one in. Okay, so the next screws it wants us to work on is this one here and this one here. And that wants to be going in with some XWO3 screws. Just before, I always check to make sure that I'm putting in the right screws, just to double check that I'm not doing it wrong. Now I'm just looking at this, and it's one there, and it looks like one there, but the screw's already in and the arrow is not pointing to it, so it must be this one here. So there's a bit of a mistake in the magazine there. Right, so now that one's in, we need to do these four here. And that must be done with XWO5 screws. So let's get 5 of them. Or should I say 4 of them. Just added an extra screw on there. There we go, nearly there with these. Last one going in. Right, now this is the bit I'm not looking forward to. We've got a cable, and we basically need to run this cable by doing some wire tidy. Now, wire tidy for me doesn't always go well, and it can take me time. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put it in, but I'm going to put it in and then I'm going to come back to it off camera, because it just really can be frustrating, can wire tidy for me. And it just sometimes doesn't look great. So that's going to be in there, and what I'll do is I'll sort out putting that in place properly off camera, because I need to spend a bit of time making sure it's right. Right, so the next bit we need to do is we're going to be attaching this. Now, we've done this before a zillion times. We just need to thread the wire through the hole like that. Pull the wire through, and with that we'll go into 2 locating things there, and then we need to screw that from underneath with an XWO2 screw. So here we go. It's a bit of a pain doing that. Okay. Oh no, it needs to be screwed in a bit more tightly. It's not fully in yet. Oh, got quite a few turns then of that. Okay, and that's in place now. I'm going to try and do this wire tidy, and the reason is basically I can't really do the next step without doing it. So let's have an attempt, shall we, and see if I can do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some bit of tape just to tape the wire down in place as I go along. As you do have points where you have to sort of manoeuvre it around, but they're not that great, to tell you the truth. But then if I put some tape over where it does that, it hopefully holds that wire in place and won't pop out. See, that one, it's just wanting to come out, you see. Okay, we're nearly there. Right, so next bit, it goes down, goes behind these two notches. So, sorry if I'm quiet as I do this. That's over the first notch. Oof. You can tell how much I love wire tidy, can't you? Actually, I don't mind wire tidy, but on this X-Wing, it's a bit difficult. Right, that's behind there, goes up, round the back, there's another notch just at the back here. And it comes down, it comes out at another notch just up here. Right, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so we next need to tidy this wire. More wire tidy to do. Bring it around. Just like that, and then let it come out of there. And the reason why I said I'm going to have to do it is because the next bit, we've got this plate to put on to here. So this is just going to be going on like that. And then we screw this down with 3 XWO2 screws, I believe. Let's double check. Yes, XWO2 screws. I'm glad that went well because I was really not looking forward to it. That's the first one. That's the second. And this is the third. And then they've kindly given us some of these so we can hide the screws. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And that hides the screws. And that is it for this issue. Issue 58. Wow. I will be glad when these wings are done because I really just want to get started on other bits of this X-Wing, and something I completely moan about every single time. I do apologise, but it has been a bit of a marathon run with the X-Wing and doing all these wings. So yeah, I'll be glad when this is done, but I know that is coming up, I think, in the next few issues. I'll get them issues and be able to finally finish the wings off. Well, that's it for this issue, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I will be glad when things are moving on with this X-Wing. And plus, it seems to be taking forever to build it because of delays and everything else like that. This is one model that I started absolutely ages ago. It was the first model for my channel, so yeah, it's really slow pace on this one. So if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, guys, stay safe and bye for now. I'd just like to give a shout out to all my patrons that help and support the channel. Please check out their channels on YouTube as well, and thank you very much for watching.